Hey, what's going on guys, Hex here, and today I thought we'd take a look at Neca's God of War 3 Ultimate Kratos. Now, normally we don't focus on the packaging in my videos, but because a lot of Neca collectors do keep them in the box, I wanted to make sure that I showed that off for you. So, on the front, you get that nice image that you had from the PS3 game. Then if you open it up here, you have that Velcro on the inside, so you can see Kratos here on the inner flap. And then you're going to have some artwork and also the tray on the inside, which I took out, but I'll show that here to you in a second. Some nice images of Kratos there on the side, and then some artwork from the video game. Now, some of the stuff that it comes with: 31 points of articulation, 2 interchangeable heads, 2 blades of Athena, and 2 Nemean Cestus, which I'm just probably going to call Hercules' Fist. And then it also comes with the boots of Hermes, which are already attached, so it's not one of those things that you can take off and on. But some nice little images here, which looks pretty cool. Putting that to the side, bringing in that inner flap that I was talking about, I took a couple of pictures, posted on Instagram, and if you get this guy and just kind of put him in the background, I think it makes for some pretty cool pictures that you can take. So I've already done that, and Santa Monica Studios, they've already like reposted some of my stuff, so apparently they think it looks pretty cool. So getting him to stand, he's a little bit heavy, especially with what I'm going to call Hercules' Fist here. But bringing it down so you can kind of see it, I wanted to bring in at least one size comparison. Here it is with the 7-inch Neca Predator, or one of them. So you can kind of see that. So about the same size as your basic 7-inch Neca scale. Now the stuff that he comes with, I wanted to focus on. I'm going to go ahead and pop that head, grab that one there, and pull his accessories off, which are all easy to do. And we'll grab these blades of Athena as well. So first off, I wanted to kind of focus on the Nemean Cestus, or like I said, I'm just going to call it Hercules' Fist. But it is kind of a nice gunmetal, and then there's a black wash going all around it. It looks really nice. And then there's also some black paint going across here, around here, and on the back, or on the bottom, as you can kind of see there. And that black wash goes all throughout, so kind of breaks it up, makes it look really nice. The inside of the mouth is painted black as well, and also the inside there. The spikes, I wouldn't really say they're soft rubbery plastic. I mean, they got a little bit of give to them, but I don't think they'll puncture anything either, but they have that nice sharpness as well. So this is obviously for an adult collector. Not made for little kids, but you can also see the scrapes in there as well, so it looks like he's been hitting stuff with it. So very nicely done. And just looking at the very first accessory here, if this is like any sign of what you're going to get with the actual figure as far as detail goes, you should be pretty excited. So I know I was. This guy, he's going to run $25, so I think is just a steal, because I already think that this is probably going to be one of the top 5 figures of 2016 in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at the Blades of Athena, and this is kind of the weapon, or his kind of go-to weapon or signature weapon that you see him with. But you have that nice brown, it's kind of a dark brown wood look going all the way around the blades. And then there's a lighter brown to kind of bring out some of the different details in there. There's a little bit of black paint in there. You can see some orange here at the backs and bottom. Then you have the chain, which is painted silver, which is just plastic molded into this already. But you can see that you can follow it. It goes around here, going around here, and it's all painted that nice silver look, wrapping around this end, going through here and coming around. So very nicely detailed. I like this so much. Then you can see the black with the red paint on both sides, and on both of the blades on each side, it's very clean. There's no like red splotches anywhere or black splotches, so very nicely done. The orange is a translucent plastic, and one of the cool things is you can see that it's kind of flat around where this painted area is, but whenever you kind of come to the edges, it's like a knife, to where they kind of whittled it down and made it look more like a blade. Now it's not sharp. I can rub my finger up against there, and I'm not gonna cut my finger off or anything like that. So it's not that sharp, but it gives the look that it's sharp all the way around. So just nicely detailed. Love these things. And they're both like that, so they didn't skimp on anything. No mistakes were made on these. So first head that we're going to take a look at is where he's just kind of I don't know. He's always angry, but he's not as angry as showing his teeth and stuff like that. But Kratos, he's not necessarily white, but it looks like someone threw a bunch of powder all over him, and that's the way he kind of looked in the game. So that's what Neca ended up giving us here. But you can see that red stripe going around here, and ending right there. So I'll get more into that whenever we put the head back on the body. But you can see the veins going throughout the side of his head. There's some veins over here as well. The eyebrows, if you can see those, it's not just one solid brush of black paint going there, but the eyebrows are like sculpted in as well, so you can kind of see the hairs, which is really nice. Then you can see the lines going on his forehead and kind of over where his eyebrows are, so they made sure that they got those kind of wrinkles in his forehead. This thing will keep staying focused. The line going there with a scar, with the stitches, the eyes, they're really nice with the black pupils that are looking dead on at you, but they have kind of a white speck on each one of the eyes. Then with the nose, it's a little bit thicker, and you can see where the nostrils come around. So the lines there and the detail is just amazing. The high cheekbones, everything is very screen and game accurate. You get a little bit of the pink there with the with the lips, and then with the hair, it's individually with the goatee, it's individually sculpted as well. But I don't know how well that's showing up. Let me see if I can catch it in the light. But it is just all black paint there. Taking a look at a little bit more meaner looking head. Again, you can see the veins in there, the scar. The eyes are looking kind of right at you, or you'd kind of tilt his head down. But again, everything looks really nice. It gets a little bit darker in the nostrils. The teeth are really nicely done. Inside the gums, so under the lip, you can see that it's painted pink, which is just amazing. Like most $25 figures, on something like that with the teeth, they wouldn't even paint the inside of the gums to be pink. They would just paint it all white. But even the teeth are like individually done as well, to where there's some darkening around the teeth to make them look like they were, individual, like they should be, and not just white all the way across. And it's kind of an off-white, so maybe he didn't brush his teeth or something like that. But just amazing job, just so far of what we've looked at. All right, so to put the head on, I guess I'll go ahead and show you. The ball joint is actually down here in the neck, so this can move around, and this is just a peg. So I actually like that, because I don't want one of those things to where if I'm switching out the heads quite often, to where if I try to pull it off, and sometimes I've had this happen to where the ball joint breaks off and it gets stuck in the head, and now I have a headless figure. With this, it just pops on very easily, so I do like that. You still get some nice range of movement there, so it can rotate here, move a little bit in the neck, but you can still get some side tilts with it. So it does have a little bit of movement there in the neck, even though it doesn't have the ball joint in the top of the head. But just continue on with the details in the figure. Wanted to, like I mentioned, with the red line, it starts here at the face, it goes around the back, it comes here, wraps around, and then it goes around his arm, and like so, when it ends here. So very nicely done. With the chest, you can see that there's a lot of scrapes. He's done some battle here, but you can also see the muscles and the muscle definition. See the scar on the the stomach there, some more muscle definition, which looks really good. You can see the veins in his shoulders. I guess one little nitpick that I kind of have as far as the paint goes is if they would have maybe painted this red, on the inside there. But I mean, we're really getting nitpicky there if that's going to be one of the only problems that I have. Over here in the gauntlets, you can see that up underneath they're kind of a maroon, just like you see here in the fist with these cloths here, but it has a black wash on it. So it does here at the top, even though you only see a little bit of it. And then you get into these kind of bronze looking gauntlets, which they actually have some dents in them and some black wash as well. Then you see the chains wrapped around. They are also painted kind of a silver, but also have that bronze look to them. So there you can really see what I'm talking about with the the gauntlets there. So it looks really cool. And then going into the hands, you can see those bandages. Again, kind of a maroon or blood red, but it has a black wash to them. And then if you look at the fingers, they have the, the wrinkles here at the knuckles and here. And then you can see the fingernails are individually sculpted as well. So just an extreme amount of detail went into this guy. Then looking here at this shoulder, you can see the armor piece. This already comes pre-equipped in the package. So does this. This is separate, but you just plug it in. So that's something that's just easily put on. You can see some nice blood here and blood going over here, and just really nice design, even with a little ram there. And with this, you have the same thing that we had on the other fist, to where it's just a nice kind of bronze look, but it has that black wash. It looks like it's been beat up a little bit. The same with the gauntlets over here and the fingernails. Now looking at what I'm going to call the kilt. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm going to call it. Again, with the bronze, and you see that design going around the entire waist here, and it's got black wash to it as well. Then looking at this, it's again the same kind of maroon or blood red that you saw, here in the gauntlets, and you'll see here at the boots as well. But then each one of these things has black going around these like little loops or buckles, whatever you want to call them. And you can see that they're kind of like individually done too, which is really nice. And you see some tears in there. So just the level of detail is just fantastic. Even coming around here, that same color, but then you have some of that bronze color that is the same as this in the pattern, which is really cool looking. Then kind of looking at the legs, you can see the bandages, just kind of the same color as the rest of his legs. And then you can see those veins as well as the muscle definition, which looks really good. And then you have the wings of Hermes, which these are kind of a soft rubbery plastic, which looks really good. Now these are actually, I guess, maybe glued on top of each other. So, but then again, you see that kind of maroon blood red with the black wash to it, and then the bronze going all the way around, and then you can even see the bronze laces in there. And then with the feet, you can see again, even down to the shoes, these things look amazing. So you have the black bottom on the what I'm going to call sandals and those straps, but then you have the buckles to hold the straps into the sole, which are painted that bronze color. And then for some reason his toenails, he paints those dark gray. So just detail wise, this thing is pretty amazing. I just think it is, especially for $25. I don't only have that one issue where I'm like, hey, that could have been painted red, but I mean, I had to really look for something to be negative about. The only other thing is you can see that he kind of stands, nice here. But whenever you start putting, these on, these are really heavy. This one piece right here probably weighs as much as a Marvel Legends figure. To kind of give you an idea, or like Spider-Gwen. So one of the smaller Marvel Legends figures, to kind of give you an idea of how heavy those things are. But as far as articulation, I've kind of already showed you the head. The ab section can bend in and out just like so. He can rotate at the waist. It was very tight on mine the first time that I did it, and I was like, okay, does he really not have a waist joint? But just keep on with it and just kind of go back and forth with it like so, and it'll eventually pop to where you can move it. So with the arm, this can go out thus far, and it can rotate 360 all the way around. Now his bicep, you can see that it's a little bit loose there. So whenever you put, again, these very heavy, Hercules fist on here, then it kind of pulls his arm in. So you're going to have to get the pose just right. But if you bend it like so, then it's very tight because of the way that the bicep is on the shoulder. So now it's not moving at all. So it's just, one of those things. But he does rotate here at the bicep. He does bend 90 degrees here at the elbow. And then you have the wrist rotation here, and this goes in and out left to right. You have the same thing over here. This is a soft rubbery plastic, so it can bend up over this section here. So you're still going to get the same range of movement that you had with this shoulder, and this also bends, and that does the same thing. With the legs, they go front, back, and they go out this far, even though like I said, this is a soft rubbery plastic, so whatever this leg can do, this one can still do it, because this will just move with it. The thigh cut, I like that it's actually up here in the hip and not like down here, so it does rotate there, which is really nice, and you have double jointed knees. And then with the feet, nothing here in the boot. I was trying to see if the boot maybe rotated, but the feet are on a ball joint, and so they rotate like this. They go up and down. They can tilt in and out. Then you have a little bit of movement with the toe, which not extremely whole lot, but it's a little bit. So anyways, let's get this guy and a pretty cool pose and show you what it looks like. So also this section right here, this can come out if you want to, but then you just have 2 holes in the back, and you can see that it's nicely done with this same color. And then you have the chains, which are kind of a silver and bronze look. These can just fit in here just like so, and get these fists on here. So wherever the it's solid right here, that's going to be the outside, and where it's hollow there, that's going to be the inside. So you know which fist to put it on. And do the same thing with this one. And this is where it gets a little, I guess the main issue is getting it balanced. If you had a stand to help it out, I think it's because of the feet being on ball joints. It makes it a little bit weak there. You can see that he's kind of falling over. But if you had a stand to kind of put behind him, I think he would benefit from it. Just want to put him in something there. Again, it's these fists. But if we just kind of put him down at his waist, then he's fine. So anyways, kind of a long review, but hopefully I covered all the details. Just an awesome figure. Other than his balancing issues, I think it has to do mostly because of the ball joints and his feet. But if you maybe put some clear fingernail polish or something on that, then I think that would kind of help out. Or maybe you put a stand in the back, and just the way you can pose them a little bit better, I think that would help. But like I was saying earlier, these things are just so heavy that they just kind of bend on the ball joints, or on the elbows, and also mess up kind of the rotation there on the biceps. So that's really his only problem, is these fists being so heavy, and the feet and the ball joints being a little bit weak as far as posing him. But other than that, I mean, he's a fantastic looking figure. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I was able to help you out on your decision on whether this is something you want to pick up. But talk to you guys later. Peace.